Hello, my name is Charlie, and today I'm going to teach you how to factor. Factoring is defined as finding what multiplies together to create an expression. The expression that we're going to be using today is general form. If you don't know, general form is ax squared plus bx plus c. And we're going to be converting that to factored form, which is a x minus p x minus q. To do this, we're going to use something called the box method. So we'll start off with an equation in general form, like this one. X squared plus 7x plus 12. This is fairly easy. We're going to be using what's called a Punnett square in science, but for the sake of this video, we're just going to be calling it the square. So it's pretty simple. You draw a square and then two intersecting lines inside of it. And our two factors that we already know are the x squared and the 12. So we're going to write x squared in here because we're going to have what multiplies to the numbers inside of the box on the outside edges here. Here, here, and here. So we already know that two numbers, which are going to be here, multiply to x squared. Now, there's really only one thing that could be, which is x and x, meaning that our a value is 1. And we know 12 because these two values multiply to 12. So we're just going to write that in there. And the tricky thing with this 7 that we have is that it's what these two add to. So what are common factors of 12 and 7? So basically, what adds to 7 and multiplies to 12? In this case, it's 3 and 4. So we're just going to put 3 and 4. In other problems, it will be a lot more complicated, but this one is rather simple. So this turns into 3x because it's multiplied by this, and this turns into 4x, which when added together equal 7x, meaning that our factored form is these and these. So our factored form is a, which is 1, so we don't need to put anything there, x plus 4, because this is a positive 4, x plus 3, because that is a positive 3. Get it? It's pretty simple. Okay, so let's erase this and do something a little bit more tricky. Okay, so for this one, let's use a different color. Let's use green. So this equation is x squared, again, plus 5x minus 14. Now, we have to find the common factor of 5 and negative 14. So remember that the 5 is what these values add to, and the negative 14 is what they multiply to. So let's create another square. Grab a different color. Let's use purple. Okay. Let's use purple. And so we have our x squared here and our negative 14 here. So we can put our x and x here. So what multiplies to negative 14 and adds to 5? There's not very many things that this could be, but it may take a while to figure out, especially if you're first starting off. In this case, I'll just give it to you right off the bat because this is our first time working with negative numbers. It's negative 2 and 7. So here you have 7x then and negative 2x, which adds to 5x because 7 minus 2 is 5, meaning that our factored form is a, which is 1 again, so you don't need to put that in, x minus 2 x plus 7. Not too bad, right? Okay, let's erase this and move on to the next equation. Now this one is a bit trickier because we are adding in an a value that's other than 1. So let's use blue for this one. The equation is 5x squared minus 15x minus 50. Now, this one's pretty simple because all of these numbers are divisible by 5. So what you're going to do first is you're simply going to divide them by 5, which brings you to x squared minus 3x minus 10. So this is what we're going to be using with our box. But with this, you're still going to have a 5 out here because all of these are multiplied by 5, which simply means that that's going to be our a value in our factored form. So let's create another box. Here we go. So we have our x squared, our negative 10, and then we need to figure out what adds to this 3x and multiplies to negative 10. This may take a while to figure out, so in the meantime, let's just add our x's on the sides. So really, this process is just something that you have to go through in your head and find two numbers. What I do is I find combinations of numbers that multiply to 10. So for 10, it's pretty simple. It's really just 1 and 10 or 2 and 5. In this case, obviously, it's going to be 2 and 5 because our number is negative 3. But the question is, why is it negative 3? Well, that's because it's a negative 5 plus 2, right? So let's do a negative 5 and a positive 2. So we have 2x and negative 5x, meaning that our factored form is a, which is 5, x, x minus 5, x plus 2. And that's how you work with a values that are larger than 1. Let's do it again, shall we? So I'm just going to erase all this. Now let's get a new color. Let's use turquoise. And our equation this time is 4x squared plus 32x plus 64. So, once again, this equation is pretty simple because all of these are divisible by 4. So, divide by 4, which gives you 4 times x squared plus 8x plus 16. Now this square is going to be really nice. So let's just draw it out. And we have our x squared and our 16. Now this is pretty simple because what multiplies to 16 and adds to 8 is just 2 4s. So we're going to just draw that in. 4x. Now what we could do here is, instead of writing it in factored form, which would be 4x plus 4 times x plus 4, we could just write it in standard form, which would be 4x plus 4 squared. But we're just going to be having it in factored form for now. That's about it for the basics of factoring. I hope this video helped. Bye!